Okay, so I'm a fan. I'm a fan of comic books and several related forms and mediums, media. Who cares? I like the medium of comic books. I like everything from the stories told to the artwork to just the colors. When you walk into a comic book store and the pop from all the different colors. And so I'm a fan. Now, I'm obviously a collector. You can see that behind me. Here's the thing, though. If all of this were to burn up in a house fire tomorrow, heaven forbid, or wash away in a flood, the day after, I would still be a fan. And I would still indulge in comic books and related media. Um, so I'm a fan, then a collector. Now, what's the point? The point is this: we have people in the fandom today who are collectors before they're fans. What do I mean? We have people slabbing comic books, that is, encasing comic books in plastic sleeves, cases, hard plastic, never to be read again, and it magically ups the value of many of those said comics by 100% or more, or 1,000% or more, and that's an interesting phenomenon to me. But they're doing that with comic books, which were of course produced to be read. There are some action figure collectors, which I have a few of those, and I've passed most of them on to my boys. But Thanos still stands up there, overseeing things. But we have collectors who are buying these action figures and then making displays in their homes with pegs and everything and hanging them on pegs like toy stores, which is an interesting choice to me. When I had my Marvel Legend figures, 2 or 3 dozen Marvel Legends figures back in the day, they were all lined up on the top of my bookshelf in my office where I actually worked. And every once in a while I'd have to get them down and repose them. I wasn't playing with them. I was reposing them, okay? Wink, wink. So anyway, it's just a couple of different mindsets that I see in fandom today. And I'm not throwing stones. What a person does with what they spend their hard-earned money on, that's their business. Leave them in the package, fine, that's great. I'm just fascinated by the two different mindsets, and I wonder if I'm in the minority of being a fan first and a collector second, or last, or however you want to put it. And so I'm going to show a few things that will probably disturb some fans and some collectors, but it's just to find out. Hey, I'm just fishing. Does anybody else feel the way I feel? Does anybody else do what I do with many of these collectibles? And that's all this is. So I'm not trying to start a debate. So don't get upset. Don't get upset with me about anything. I'm not being personal. I'm just wondering about the mindset. So here we go. I mean, check it out. This is where a lot of these collectors' action figures go. They've been for years. They've gone to my son's toy box so that he can enjoy them, play with them. I mean, I know that right now I'm giving a lot of collectors out there the heebie-jeebies, especially those guys who don't even take their action figures out of the boxes. But, I want my son's... Look at that. That is a loose vision cape. Okay, I'm sorry for the stroke somebody just had out there. Well, that's Goliath from David and Goliath. Let's see, what's over here. Oh, there's the Vision. There's the Vision. From the, what are these called? Somebody remind me. I think Famous Covers figures. Okay, there's the Hulk. The Famous Covers figure Hulk. He has seen some better times. Alright, so, but this is what these are for, right? I mean, look, I believe in collector's figures. I believe in figures that you want to keep around and keep nice. But I also believe in figures that your kids should be able to play with. There's Thor, Famous Covers figure. What else? Ooh, see, there's Hawkeye. Hawkeye, Marvel Legend. Nice. Hawkeye figure. Okay, fun to play with. I don't know where that's the thing, I don't know where his bows and arrows are. Iron Man. I mean, does anybody else do this? Anybody else let their kid... I mean, I gave my son most of these. And they have a blast playing with them. And they should. Abomination. He lost an arm. Now, my son actually made another arm, got another arm, covered it with aluminum foil, and made him part robot for a while, which was really cool. So, anyway, you know, hey, some of this stuff is supposed to be fun. Well, it's all supposed to be fun. But I believe in stuff that sits on your shelf, but some of it needs to be played with. Am I right? And last but not least, guys, here's a Build-A-Figure Galactus. And where is it? It's in my son's bag, his backpack, where he carries a lot of his action figures and toys, and I mean, even Marvel Nut too, like you and me. Look at that. But I did do y'all a favor though. I did, before I showed you this video, I popped Galactus' head and his right arm back on because they had come off. And some people out there are just going into paralysis because I have given my son a Build-A-Figure Galactus. But you know what? The hours and hours of fun he and his little brother have gotten out of it, both my sons, it's worth it. It's worth it because I enjoyed and displayed the Marvel Legends figures that came with it, these pieces, for a long time, and then sold some of them, gave some of them to my sons. But hey, this is what it's about, and instilling this sense of fun and wonder and adventure into their lives as well. But there you go. Sorry for the pain. All right, I am happy to say I'm the proud owner of a comic spinner rack. This is one used, I think this particular one wasn't seen until the 70s, but seen throughout the 70s and 80s in grocery stores and such as that. And this is where I keep readers. Now I have a heat press, but for those comics that don't respond well to the heat press and they are solid readers, I put them on the spinner rack for my kids, for my boys. And there are collectors, comics fans who are just like, I can't believe you would do that. Don't you know how that bends those comics? There comes a point where the comic is bad enough. Dude, just let it go. Let it be a reader. Let these kids enjoy these comics, and my boys and their friends, they do. And so, and yeah, there's some classic books on here. Some really fun, not nice, fun books. And of course, got the cheap reprints. I put up there because, especially if it's Kirby stuff, classic Kirby stuff, like the first appearance of Groot. You gotta let your kids enjoy this stuff. If we're ever going to have a new generation of comics fans, we got to keep this going like this. This is kind of the way that we do this. Anyway, so again, I'm stressing any collectors out. I do apologize, but there you go. Now, I'm not even asking. Remember, I'm not asking if you're a fan or a collector. I'm just asking, what's first? Are you a fan first or are you a collector first? If your collection were to just be gone tomorrow, would you stop doing it altogether? Would you just get out of it? Or would you start again because you really enjoy the hobby itself? Question. A good question, I think. So think about it, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching 4-Color Commentary.